I'm sitting here with John Mason. John Mason, of course, was a former member for Dubbo. He was a member from 1965 to 1981. He spent time as a Minister for Lands and Minister for Forests, and also was the Leader of the Opposition from 1978 to 1981. John, of course, through that whole time was a member of the Liberal Party. So John's been having a discussion with me this morning. It's been great to hear your thoughts, John. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate that. So what are your thoughts on the upcoming election, the state election for next year?
Well, I think it's going to be a very close election. The parties all seem to be in a bit of disarray at the moment, and I think it's going to be a very exciting election. And I think Matthew, I think you picked a very good time to stand, and I think you're going to do very well in this election.
Yeah, thank you. And it's been good to hear the advice from John. That experience, you can't replace all those 16 years of experience in Parliament, so you just can't replace that immediately. And John's got a great history in Dubbo. Of course, Dave Mason, one of your sons, was awarded the Dream Artist of the Year last year, so that great affiliation with Dubbo. In terms of your time in the Liberal Party, what do you see now from your time in the Liberal Party? Has it progressed forward, backward? What's your impression of the Liberal Party now compared to your time?
Well, not very good at the moment. I think that it's a different world altogether than when I was a member, of course. Well, I had no staff, I had no accommodation, no allowances for anything like that. We were worked on the smell of an oil rag, I think, and we just were on our merits. And I think it was a much healthier and much better Parliament. Yeah, right. Because we were more interested in what we could do for the country and for our people than we could about arguing with one another, which seems to be what they want to do at the moment. And that's very sad. And I think people like you can bring perhaps a better approach than that to our Parliament.
And it is interesting as I travel around and talk to as many people as I can, when I knock on doors or approach people in groups and just have a discussion, what you've just said is echoed by so many people. They want to see their politicians trying to progress the country, which I know is what you were focused on doing during your 16 years. They don't want to see the petty politics, the bickering, the arguing. They want to see people trying to progress the nation, which obviously is what I'm interested in doing.
Yes. Well, I think we've got to get a new era back. One of the things, I suppose, about my era was that we didn't have the animosities between one another. For instance, when I was Minister for Lands, and we wanted to do something about the cricket ground, I actually appointed Jack Renshaw, who was just retired as the leader of the Labor Party for some years. I appointed him as the chairman of a committee to investigate what we could do about the Sydney cricket ground, and that was the spirit that was among us. We tried to work for the best of the community.
Yeah, and obviously from that perspective, you saw Jack was the best person for the job, so it wasn't about the party membership or the former membership, it was about who was the best person for the job.
Yeah, that's right, and not wanting to argue about things which are so trivial. And anyway, let's hope a new day is dawning.
Yeah, right. Well, look, I appreciate your advice. Your advice to me is invaluable to have that advice. I appreciate your support, and you're happy to be out there supporting me all the way through to the election. You've
said. Certainly. I think that we need a new moment. I think this is a very big opportunity for this electorate to say something to the Parliament of New South Wales, that we want somebody who's going to be independent and look at the need of our electorate and promote that, and not promote themselves.
Right, well, I'm happy to have your support, and I appreciate your time, and I look forward to hopefully being the member and doing exactly what you said, being out there advocating for this electorate.
That's what you've got to do. Commit yourself to that, and it'll mean you're making a lot of sacrifices and facing many difficulties, but I'm sure you'll find the strength and courage to do that.
Thanks, John. Appreciate your time. Combined with the mowers and the whippersnippers in the background. But, thanks, John.
Thank you.